it's crazy. I don't remember details of last night or the day before like I remember details of that day. And, you know, there was nothing that really happened leading up to the accident that would, you know, that was significant. It was another day, but I paid attention that day. I paid attention to those details, and I couldn't tell you why, but I did. It was, you know, it was a good day. I had fun. It was a fun day. It was nice weather. Everything was good. I got paralyzed in Atlantic Station, specifically was the area of Atlanta that I was in, and somebody had pulled out of the parking garage, and I got pinned between a car and a curb. And I remember what the lady looked like driving the car. I remember she had boxes of all these records. It was a hit and run motorcycle accident. The accident was about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And the last thing I just remember was, you know, going towards her, knowing something was going to happen, and, you know, just kind of like clenching up, preparing for the moment. In the accident, I broke, I have 3 spinal fusions, one at C6, C7 in my neck, one at T8, and then I don't have a vertebrae at T12. T12 exploded, and I have a titanium cage. So the recovery is extensive. The recovery is extensive. I'd say the worst part about it at this point is pain. The pain is constant. The pain doesn't end. It's kind of crazy to not be able to move your legs, not be able to walk, can't feel your legs, but they hurt. They always hurt. And the best way to describe it, it's like a Charlie horse that gets tighter and tighter and tighter. It doesn't loosen. There's nothing you can do to loosen it. You know, you'll adjust yourself, you'll lift yourself, but there's nothing that really relieves the pain instantly. This is a standing frame. This is part of the recovery post-injury. It's the biggest advantage is bone density. You know, getting vertical, making sure your bones still bear weight. You know, other things like drop foot, or if you notice my legs are stretching, or if I don't use it, there's lots of problems, potentially years down the road. And it feels almost pretty vertical. You know, that's it. That's standing for me at this point in my life. When I got discharged from Craig Hospital, I was taking like 23 different medications a day, you know, from pain medications to antidepressants to stool softeners, bladder function medications. You know, it seemed like for every medication they'd give you, there would be 1 or 2 other medications to counter it, or you would be high, you know, high, drug-induced high, where you don't feel anything, but it's not, you can't function, you can't live, you can't drive, you can't eat, you can't sleep. I think the medical program in New Mexico had been established for maybe 1 or 2 years when I first got paralyzed, so it was still pretty new, it was still up and coming. It wasn't, you know, it just wasn't what it is today. Maybe it hadn't grown. And I heard about it just through family friends that recommended medical cannabis to me. Before I stopped taking narcotics and simply used medical cannabis as a, you know, my single medication, I didn't work. I didn't have a relationship. I didn't have a lot of substance to my life. You know, even simple things like working out or trying to stay physically active, or medical cannabis has helped me get back to a point of living, has helped me get back to a point of being able to function, whether it be eating, sleeping, pain, PTSD, you know, the list goes on, but you start to get 5 or 6, or, you know, it's a constant battle throughout the day of, you know, between your legs hurting or experiencing PTSD or spasticity or whatever it might be. There's lots that medical cannabis does. It allows me to live. It allows me to function, work, and be professional and carry on employment. Or, you know, there's a lot of stigmas around cannabis. There's a lot of negativity towards it, and not everybody. I'm not saying everybody can benefit from it, but I would say the amount of people that benefit from it is more than those who don't. You know, it doesn't matter of age, race, sex, physical impairment. D-Bells, come here. Come here. Get up here. Lap. Good boy. Yeah. You know, so there's lots that goes with it. Even this little guy is helpful in, you know, my days and recovery and, you know, all of that kind of thing. It's not all about smoking pot. It's, you know, it's far beyond that, and the expansion that we've grown with it is amazing, and hopefully it broadens and we can continue to expand, and other people other than me can, you know, receive medical benefits. And I mean, narcotics aren't, it's obviously a big problem. You know, weed is not, I've never had any kind of physical pain. I've never had any kind of withdrawals. I've never had any serious medical complications. I've never had any of these negatives that I've experienced with all other forms that I have not ever once experienced with medical cannabis. So I can say one thing, and if you question it, if you think it might work, try it, because it's not gonna, you know, the side effects of it not working for you are much less traumatic than any other drug or ailment that will be prescribed or was prescribed to me. So, thank you.